What's up, everybody? It's your boy Phil Shock of the United States Hedgehog with our PSBA Week 2 Team Builder going against Burial. If I butcher your name, I'm so sorry. I just don't know how to say it quite right. But we're going against him for this Week 2 battle. If you guys are excited, hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe, join the Phil Shock crew today because you meet for a little whip. I came to the crew, so he was one of those teams that was able to budget out a 12 mons with 125 points, and dear God, did he budget so well. He got 11 great mons, and then one mon just to have his, But let's break down his team. He's got Incineroar, Zero Aura, Porygon 2, Mega Beedrill, Flygon, Corviknight, Inteleon, Azov, Comfey, Passimian, Rillaboom, and Dracloak. One thing I wish he had did on his team was pick an inverted mon to pair with Rillaboom, so that would have been really good for him. But other than that, I kind of don't understand some of these picks on his team. Like, he went and got, I think, Double Dragon, which was not necessary, but he went and also his team's just built really weird in my opinion. So this what makes this matchup semi-tough because let's go over why it's tough. It's tough because my Spectrier can't come this game. He's gonna expect it to come, prep really hard for that thing, but I'm not bringing it. So there's that. Simple as that, by the way. But looking at his team, I don't see Dracloak coming. Dracloak does not match up really well versus me. I definitely do not see Rillaboom coming. Rillaboom gets crippled and is forced to run high horsepower over its grass stab, and even its grass stab's not strong enough to hit Volcanion that super hard. Passimian is something that we do need to be on the careful lookouts for in case he does potentially bring it, but I just don't think he does when there is a superior that outspeeds a Magearna, a Necrozma, a Spectrier, and arguably like a Mega Manane, like a wall it outspeed and scarfing. Comfey is definitely something I am on the lookout for that I have to be careful on because it can do very much. Azov is something that can come, but Azov is very much crippled by four move slot syndrome because it very much struggles to pick a move versus me. And Inteleon very well can come to this matchup but the problem is with Inteleon, I bring in my Volcanion, and my Volcanion just hardcore walls it. He's forced to run like a sniper set and only have to go for Dark Pulse, and that's literally the only move he can do. That's legitimately all he can do versus my Mon. But look at the 6 I expect him to bring. I fully expect him to bring Incineroar. Incineroar is actually a very good Mon versus my team overall in general, which is a very hard-hitting Mon. Zero Aura, it's a Zero Aura. Do I really need to expect it to come? Yes, I do. Porygon 2, I think Porygon 2 comes because, again, it is a very good defensive wall towards Spectrier. It's also a bit of an annoying wall for Magearna to break as well. I think Mega Beedrill comes. Mega Beedrill is definitely a very, very vast mon. Could potentially bring Toxic Spikes if he really did want to go that route in this game. He also has Flygon. I think Flygon comes. Flygon can arguably be scarfed to this matchup potentially, but I definitely think it's a mon I have to very much be careful of. And I do think Corviknight comes as a potential defog option, just with the fact that it's also for excuse me. It's also a mon that can pretty much be released Spadef bulky tank for this match to be able to go in on things like Spectrier, Regidrago, arguably Magearna potentially as well. So it's definitely something we have to be on the very strong lookout for. Looking at this matchup, it's a very tough matchup. There's a very good chance I won't be able to win this game, but we're going to very much try. You can't go down saying you don't try, But I think we've got some pretty decently good creative sets, good ideas for what we want to do. So let's go ahead and just break down the team for you guys. First off, we're bringing Choice Specs Volcanion. With this investment, if he is not Choice Banded, Zero Aura, which I honestly cannot see him bringing Banded versus me. I definitely think Shuka makes the most sense because he knows Mamoswine should be coming versus him. If he doesn't expect Mamoswine to come versus him, he's doing something wrong. But Volcanion, with this investment, guarantee lives 1 Plasma Fist and pretty much revenge Zero Aura. If Zero Aura is Choice Banded, I believe I do not live the hit. If he's Expert Belt or Life Orb, it's a roll to where I live the hit, or I will just barely live the hit. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. Now we are running Fire Blast, Steam Eruption, Earth Power, and Defog. Max HP, 4 defense, and max special attack, modest nature. I wanted to run Scarf, but since I have base 70 speed, and with the speed creeping I'm going to do, and I'll talk about that into the few mons I do have with me, I can't outspeed max speeds or speed crept versions of Zero or Mega Beedrill. Excuse me. So it's just something I'm very much nervous about, but I felt like going choice specs, I can smack something hard, I can almost pretty much guarantee a KO, and just be able to be a very strong nuisance for my opponent. Up next, we're bringing Prisma with that trusty good old weakness policy set, baby. We are running 100 HP, max 124 defense, near max special attack with 204, 80 speed. The 80 speed guarantees that I will be faster than everything at +2, including a max speed Mega Beedrill, I believe, or a speed crypt Mega Beedrill. I'm pretty sure this is for max speed drill. Max speed Beedrill, which means if this thing gets a weakness policy up, I can just click a button. Now, the one purpose I have for Iron Defense is to trigger weakness policy. I feel like I could have something else, but the reason I'm also running Iron Defense is that way in case Beedrill comes in on me, or it gets a free switching on me, and I can get an Iron Defense up, then I can be able to spam Heat Wave or Photon Geyser for most majority of this matchup. His only switches to this thing are Porygon and the Corviknight, but Corviknight I'm not too stressed about. Corviknight could potentially have a Dark type move on me, potentially, I don't know. But I do need to try to keep my Necrozma as healthy as possible. I need to try to keep Necrozma from doing anything, because he knows I probably won't click a Psychic move or anything like that in certain mons. So very much be careful on that, and definitely be careful. I was thinking about it. I might still consider it. Might run Dragon Dance with Mix. Instead, run Dragon Dance over Rock Polish, and then probably something like a Brick Break so I can hit the Porygon, which Porygon is most likely going to be more of a Spit-Def bulky Pokemon versus a Fizz-Def bulky Pokemon this game. So I'm going to think about that set. We'll set again. I mean, we can keep Photon Geyser because it's based, if I remember correctly, yeah, it's based on my attack if my attack is higher, and I can also ignore abilities, which is very much important there as well. Up next, we're bringing Bolt, my Mega Man trick this week. Timid Max, pretty much almost max speed, just to be to outspeed max speed. No, it's actually outspeeds a speed creeping Mega Beedrill, because Mega Beedrill and Zero are most likely to be crept at 396, which is faster. No, right? Hold on, let me. I'll look at that one. I'm pretty sure Spectre here hits 395, and I'll double check that just to make sure. But if it hits 395, then they go 396, and then I go 397 to be a little faster. If I have to hit 380, 398, then I just hit 390. But Hit of Our Eyes, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, and Magnet Rise. His number one switch-ins to this Pokemon is going to be Zeraora and the Flygon. I Magnet Rise, no matter what, on specific turns. This also comes in as a Lightning Rod abuser to get the special attack boost, which means I can be able to instantly 2-hit KO, or basically knock out Zeraora if I have Overheat, but I'm not running Overheat because I don't want to risk my special attack drops in this matchup. But Magnet Rise basically means that Flygon can't really touch me if it goes for a ground move. It has to be forced to go for the Dragon move, and Hidden Power Ice basically obliterates that Pokemon. So I really think if once Flygon goes down, and then we weaken Zeraora to a point where Flamethrower Hidden Power Ice knocks it out, Thunder Spam is really, really good. We're running the same Trick Room set again. This time we're running 3 attacks. We're running Thunderbolt, Flash Cannon, and Aura Spear. I'm not running Fairy Spam this week. Fairy Spam was not really necessary this game. Aura Spear hits both the Porygon and the Incineroar for the damage I'm really wanting. Trick Room is just really nice to annoy him really generally. Thunderbolt is a very strong thing to hit the Corviknight, and Flash Cannon hits everything else I really want. We do need to be careful with clicking Thunderbolt and then clicking our Titanium Z, which basically is designed to hit the Porygon or the Incineroar. Even if we can chip down Zera, use it on Zera. So there's that. Run Max 16, Max Special Attack with a modest Aquatic nature as well. We're running Tundra, making his debut this week with Knockoff, Earthquake, Icicle Crash, Stealth Rock. We are bringing Rocks because I don't think he's going to really prepare for Rocks. If I set up Rocks, it's very good for us. 76 HP, Max Attack, and again, Speed Creep to where we are faster than the Speed Creep to Beedrill and Zeraora. I also have knocked off there instead of Ice Shard just to be able to remove items. And then last but not least, the MVP from last week. Give me your energy, Drago. Running the exact same EV spread on Tundra, except just 76 in HP just for the generals. And we have Dragon Red for Player's Nest, and then everything else is the same. But like, comment, share, subscribe. Tune in for next week, guys. Peace!